My name is Jirayr Zorthian. I'm an American artist living in California. The human body is a very exciting thing, and I think if you're an artist and you draw someone, it's fascinating. Look at someone and immediately think, how can I draw that person? And the minute you think in terms of drawing, you start seeing incredible, beautiful things about the face or the body or the wonderful shapes and the crevices and their whole view changes. Oh, that goes way back to there. That's no wonder. There was just never any question that I was going to be an artist. I think right from the start, my parents gave me so much encouragement. In fact, I remember once when they went off and I pulled these covers over my head and put a little candle under the covers, and I was drawing, and about 2 o'clock in the morning when they came, they found me drawing under the cover with this candle. And they pulled the covers off, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be punished. But when they saw what I had done, they were so pleased with it. They gave me big hugs and kisses. I always wanted to do something on the Indians. We took their land, their food, their life. We gave them alcohol, disease, and degradation. This great hero, the cowboy, was ridiculous. They've killed the Indians, and they were very bad people. So you see, I've got the head of a blood-sucking bat. Now, this one is called 5F, 5 dimensions of a woman. And if you can see the symbol of the female up on the upper right-hand corner, I want to show the front, back, 3/4, top and bottom view of a woman. So it's going to be just the body, beautiful, the glorification of the body. My studio is so narrow that I can't see this painting correctly. What happens is, if it's that close, all you are seeing is details, and you want to be able to see the entire composition. So I use this, which reduces it, and then I can analyze the composition. I was 12 years old when I came from Armenia. I was brought up in the Armenian church, and I went through 2 Turkish massacres in Turkey, and survived all of them. And so I have that Armenian background. I remembered something my father said when we came to this country. What a wonderful, beautiful country. But how much, how abundant, how rich, but how much they waste. Now that was 1923. And that stayed in my mind. And all my life I have thought about what a waste. And when I came here in 1946 with my first wife, I decided to do something very exciting with things that were thrown away. That's how the whole thing started. So I've been doing this for 45, 46 years. In fact, you know, I call my place Center for Research and Development of Industrial Discards, with the emphasis on aesthetics. That last part has to be there, that it has to be beautiful to look at. I started building on this ranch many years ago with recycled materials. As you can see, these materials are telephone poles with the insulators on them, railroad ties. But the very interesting part of this is that those windows come from old railroad trains. The windows from the railroad trains, they were getting rid of many of them. I got them for $1 a piece, and they fitted just perfectly into that. This was originally going to be our guest area, because when people came, our house was too small, and we'd put them in there. So we rent it now. This is a very hidden part of my ranch. And the way it came about was this. Charles Carter, who's a black jeweler, a very beautiful jewelry. He does wonderful things with deer horns and so on. Came to me one day and he said, I'm so disgusted with the city. I can't stand it anymore. He said, I just want to get away, and I want to live in the country, and I don't care if I just live in a tent.
When I arrived up here and I saw how beautiful the place is, I just fell in love with it. So after a number of weeks, I came back. I said, could I camp up here for a while? And so he said, well, maybe work something out. So at that time, I brought a little pup tent, this little camping tent. So I put it here, and so I started living in it. So after about a couple of months, he approached me, and he says, you know what, I have an old teepee in storage. He says, would you be interested in living in one? And I almost shouted because I was so excited. So I says, of course. So he says, but it'll take a while. I says, why? He says, because I want it to be put up perfectly. I have some Indian friends of mine who will put the teepee up. So in time, says, we'll have the teepee. So that's how it all started.
we got it. Thank you.
How about a kiss? Oh, come on. My second wife, it was a costume party. And some guy pushed this quivering 20-year-old girl in front of him. Beautiful, tall, blonde creature. And said, my girlfriend thinks you're a pretty good dancer and would like to dance with you. So I danced with her, and at one point I picked her up, tossed her in the air, caught her, whirled her around a couple of times, and forgot all about it until 2 years later, I was at a wedding. And there she said, do you remember me? We had that dance together. So by this time, I was getting sick and tired of being a bachelor. Well, one thing led into another, and I married her. We've been married 35 years.
All right. The romantic cook is somebody who does not follow a recipe, but who thinks what is going to happen next. For instance, rather than putting the turkeys in the refrigerator right away, I'm now planning to get my stuffing materials together somewhere so that I can start stuffing. But then I might very easily, and I probably will, get distracted by something else totally unrelated to stuffing the turkey. And so that will remind me of what goes along with that. And eventually it all gets done, but I don't have the slightest idea how.
Most of these things on the walls are not mine. They're my collection. There was a wonderful Chinese saying that if a man has 2 loaves of bread, he can eat one, but he should exchange the other to a bouquet of flowers, because while the bread feeds his soul, or bread feeds his stomach, the flowers feed his soul. And I mean, what can you do without art? How can you live without it? I consider this entire thing one piece of sculpture, my wall sculpture. The family closet, you know what the family closet says? When they talk about skeletons in a closet, he has secrets that he doesn't want other people to hear. See that? This is a fault. Now, I have 7 plaques here that this thing to show you my faults. Judgmental, indulgence, 7. This was one of my faults, which about 10, 12 years ago, I took, it says gluttony, and I took about 15 pounds off. So this is one fault I have saved, conquered. And when you conquer it, it falls down. But if you fail, it goes right back up again. You notice that I haven't conquered 7 of them there. I've only conquered 1. And that keeps me from going to the psychiatrist, you see. This is the family jewels, the male and the female. This is Lady Godiva with a horse. She's losing most of her hair. These are what I call wall sculptures. You know, you can pick it up this way. It's the one. That could be the background for. I asked people who came, please don't give me any wrapped presents, but bring something that you might have in your garage that you wanted to get rid of but never had the heart to do it. Just put your name around it and give it to me. I'm just trying these out. Well, it'll be quite different than the way I have it here, because there'll be mortars, cement around it, and there'll be more space around. Right now it looks very cluttered, but I'm just trying out certain colors and shapes. Okay. Oh boy, look at that. Oh, wow. These flags that you see up here, I designed some years ago. The first one is symbolic of me. The next one is my wife Dabney. And the next one is my 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. Yeah. When we take the pig, the big pig, it'll be 110 pounds. And the stomach we fill up with apples, okay? And then some burlap. You know what burlap is? It's cloth. We put that around with a chicken wire, and we lower it like this. Then we pick these rods. You see these iron pieces right there? We put those here, and then the grill on top of that. Then some more cloth, but we wet the cloth, you see? Then we put the dirt on top of that and cover it up for 24 hours.
Yep. A long time.
Yeah. So that those things don't stick up. Would that hurt you, see?
No, not at all.
All's quiet at the Zorthian Ranch. Uh-oh. I wired myself.
We just
Don't fall in, Carrie Ann.
now tell us when to drop.
Right there. That's good.
Okay.
You know, get that little hose, just put up the flame.
Gabby, we need 2 more turkeys.
It's like, because it's slightly longer.
Sorry. There's one near.
There really wasn't all that much to it.
What time is it?
Midnight, exactly when you said it was going to be.
It's like burying a dead body.
Exactly. The
It
pig
is.
looked like a dead pig, too.
They look very dead.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're all here. And as you know, this is my 81st birthday, Dabney's birthday, our anniversary and primavera, spring, beginning of life. So please eat, drink, and be married. I have 40 more years of work that has to be finished here. So I have to live to be 120. I always say, I don't have time to die.